if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. So Minnesota's offense will get the ball first. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake.
You see a lot of quarterbacks get in trouble when they start forcing things. He did a really good job. He wanted to throw the football. You can tell. Drops back, nothing open. It's okay. I'm just going to take off and get what I can get.
He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. The Golden Gophers will hustle to the line.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Looking to throw on first down.
Sometimes as a play caller, you just don't have to overthink things. I've got a guy who's faster than your guys. He's just going to run straight down the field. I'm going to throw it way down the field. He's going to make the catch, and we're going to score a touchdown. And that's pretty much what just happened there.
On the move from inside his spot. He's got great speed. Going over the room. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is a field-flipping machine. Take it on one end, return it to the other.
And now you get to celebrate. What a beautiful job. We always talk about defense. We always talk about offense. But, man, when your special teams come through for you and score, it is huge, and it provides such a boost for the crowd.
I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Last time they had it, they were backed up in their own end, marched right down the field and scored, and now they'll try to do that once again. Runs through a tackle.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
Delay of game, offense.
The delay of game pushes the offense back. Let's see what they've got on second down. Tight end now in motion. Now the play fake. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Offense a little backed up here, and boy, would it help to convert this third down. He wants to throw it. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. And the Golden Gophers will punt this one away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Here's the return. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. So SMU's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And guys, we talk about how tight ends are a quarterback's best friend. Boy, this guy may take friendship to a whole nother level.
Yeah, it's so nice to have a guy that the size, the athletic ability, and here's why it's always so good. Jesse, what do you want to do, man? Put a linebacker on him, put a safety on him. Nowadays, these guys can win, and it just really makes offense so much easier to run, and it goes pretty smooth.
Yeah, you're right. This guy is a matchup nightmare. seems like every week defensive coordinators go in and they don't respect his athleticism, and it ends up burning. We're going to find out the hard way today. If they try to play him and match him up with linebackers and safeties, this dude makes defenses look silly.
Send the tight end in motion. Hands it off. Brings him to the open. He's forced out of bounds at the 31, but that is why you keep it on the ground.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
Takes the handoff. It's Lincoln. Got the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Mustangs moving quickly to the line. Wide receiver going in motion. From the red zone, looking for a space. Makes the catch and steps out of bounds, but short of the first down mark.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw now.
Here's the handoff. Bulldozes his way through. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Mustangs! And the PAT gives him a 14-7 lead.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
He'll bring it out. Just an outstanding return there and really sets up his offense nicely. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll go right back to it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Under fire. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. The Golden Gophers line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt to try to make something happen. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. Leaves it with the back. There he goes. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas, right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
Looking to the big tight end. Finds space on the right. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the first down. Might be changing the route.
Hold him to 3 here. Let's hold him to 3.
Motion from the wideout. They'll toss it to the outside on the left. Hard running there. Runs it all the way down to the 8-yard line before he's forced out of bounds. It'll be first and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. How about this on first and goal? The give to the wide receiver. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, SMU!
I often say the best offenses in college football are the ones that can run the football down in the red zone, but it's not just conventional runs. It's getting the reverse going as well. Why not get one of your best playmakers the football here in the green area and let him go. Nice job getting the pitch, using his speed, scoring a touchdown.
And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Quickly trailing by 2 touchdowns, down 21-7, and really important to get something out of it. He lost it high and deep down the left side. And that would be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it with second down coming.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball, man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Gets the back moving. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. And the Golden Gophers will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Almost everything has gone their way so far, up 21-7, and they have it back. To the ground with the back. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they've knocked it down at the 17. The Mustangs headed quickly to the line. They'll run play action. On the run, fires downfield. Complete downfield. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Mustangs have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Use the play fake, now the throw. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to...
Looking for end zone. Touchdown Mustangs! And they take it in for 6 more points. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. It's complete on the right side. And he broke 1 tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. The Golden Gophers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Power football with the run. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. Here on 3rd down for this offense. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the right. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. This offense has it with really good field position. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
I love the job here by the linebacker. He just kind of floats and shuffling, and he's waiting to see which way the quarterback's going to go with the football. Not able to snag it out of the air, but hey, batting it away, it's a big-time play.
Gets it flat. Got his man on the right. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Making side adjustments here. They'll run it on 1st and goal. Beck's going for the goal line. Touchdown, SMU! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
How explosive is this offense, right? They rev it up so quickly. Speed, playmaking ability, versatility, running, throwing, NFL talent all over the place. And after that last touchdown, they've already blown this game wide open. Guys, we're not even through the first quarter yet.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over and move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think he can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And how about the true freshman? We've heard about this guy. We heard he's got a chance to be really, really good. Talking with coaches this week, and he gets his first sack. Listen, guys, I'm a pass rusher. Everybody remembers their first sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. And the Golden Gophers will call on their punt team. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Fields to punt and try to pick up some yards. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. All the way fires. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
Ooh, there's an example, Jesse, of a receiver making his quarterback look bad. Most of the time, you make it look good and cover up for him. All those balls y'all don't throw online, but oof, that would hit him in a pretty good spot. He needs to come down with that.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing on the pass.
It's caught. It's gone. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the 1st down at the 36. The Mustangs are on the move. Motion from the wide receiver. Throws to the wideout. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
So now it's 2nd and long. He'll get rid of it. Got him downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. And the Mustangs want to pick up the tempo.
Right now, let's go get 6.
Time to put some points on the scoreboard.
Let's keep moving the ball.
Looking to throw. Behind the line. It's Moffitt. Made a defender miss. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
They moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Power ahead. And he'll be stopped for no gain. Still sitting at the 3-yard line.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense involved.
Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. 4th and goal from the 4, and look at this. The offense still on the field. They'll go for it. That's a fly. It's complete to the left. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. The Golden Gophers are backed up. They can feel the shadow of their own goalpost and trying to create some... You just can't go backwards. There he did, and they swarmed him for a safety. They'll get set for the free kick after the safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
Get set, get set.
Leaves it with the running back. Turning it on. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. A 1st down for the offense. The give to the back. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
And that misdirection was just enough to get everybody leaning one direction. And I like when you run the reverse, too, and you see it, you see space, you go attack it, understand where the 1st down marker is, and they get just enough for the 1st down.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down.
We got offense. Hey, we have an offense. Let's go. Razor.
Using his legs, it's Lincoln. Knocked down at the 29-yard line. Picked up 15 yards on the play, and he's got a 1st down. The Mustangs kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Jet sweep to the receiver. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll move the tight end. To the air on 2nd down. Sets up the screen. Finds a crease at the 20. Wrestled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive. And the Mustangs have it with a 1st and 10.
Black 24. Clear. Clear.
In the red area, it's Lincoln. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to that.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. This offense has put on a display in the 1st half, and they have a chance to tack another one on. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Mustangs.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And the extra point is good. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to.
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
The trend continues for this offensive line from last week. They gave up 5 sacks last week. They've given up 4 today. The most important part of your offense.
Walks one high indeed. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
And the Golden Gophers will bring the punt team onto the field. Wants to bring it back. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Just enough time for one final play in this half.
Momentum, hero!
One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, it is hard to beat Minneapolis when that town is buzzing as it is today.
The Golden Gophers will kick it away to crank up the 2nd half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. They'll open the 2nd half on the ground. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Right back to it. They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
Fires to the big fella. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. The Mustangs will line up to punt it away. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. They'll go to the ground.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the 2nd half.
On the run, it's Harvey. Ball down, and they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
It's great to have a physical offensive line that you can count on, that you can just lean on them up front and fall forward and get first downs. Man, what a comfortable, what a nice spot to be in if you're an offensive coordinator.
Defense is there to greet him again, and they are ready, and he has found nowhere to run tonight. Second down, he'll throw it. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
And everybody in the stadium knew that was going to be a pass, right, guys? I mean, it's third down. You're trailing by so many points right now, and the defense is just smelling blood in the water. They're like sharks out there right now, getting after the quarterback. They've been doing that all game, by the way, and that's a trend that looks like it's just simply going to continue.
The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. They'll move the wide receiver. Off-play action on first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's second and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football, get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
On the backfield, it's Lincoln. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first. And the Mustangs with the 1st and 10. Going to throw it over the top of the knee. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice.
Oh, he's got some space. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31 and a big pickup on that one. The Mustangs pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Behind the line, it's Mike. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Off the RPO, complete. We've seen this from this sophomore. So dangerous after he makes the grab.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays. You better change your looks up and try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.